喂，大家好啊！今次繼續返未完嘅越戰之旅，我哋嚟到1966年嘅阿特爾伯勒行動，南越營地遭受敵人嘅重型裝備圍困，因此美軍需要護送車隊到當地進行補給。同以往唔同嘅係，我哋唔單止要面對越共游擊隊，仲要同北越正規軍作戰。不過上一次救完美軍戰俘，似乎都仲有少少後續功夫要處理啦。
In 1966, Private Tomashevich's helicopter was shot down over a dense forest. He was dragged out of the burning machine by the locals and severely beaten. Then he was handed to the VC. He was held in enemy captivity for 5 months. Private Tomashevich and his kidnappers lived in the jungle, and in order to avoid US and ARVN patrols, they changed their location very often. During the time of his captivity, Private Tomashevich was beaten, starved, and tortured on a daily basis. One time he was beaten so badly that his left shoulder popped out of its socket and his arm turned back. Another time he was nearly beaten to death with a bamboo stick. His wrists were almost always handcuffed tight, to the point where metal dug into his skin. More than once, his captors hung him from a tree by his wrists. Starvation was also used as a form of torture. Private Tomasevich and his fellow prisoners were given only small doses of rice and watery soup, often with human feces and pebbles. Prisoners were not allowed to sleep most days. When they were allowed, they were forced to sleep in their own excrement. During a medical treatment applied after rescuing Private Tomashevich, the U.S. Army doctors had to amputate his left arm. He has been moved to the U.S. and honorably discharged. Captain Jacob Mills.
傷兵固然要送返去美國啦，健全嘅人就要繼續任務啦。呢一鑊除咗熟悉嘅 Alpha Bravo 之外，仲有我哋今日嘅主角 Boa One， 亦即係補給車隊。另外有一隊 M113 裝甲運兵車以及炮兵部隊一同行動。喂，差啲漏咗同 Alpha 同行嘅記者 Mr. Herder。得啦 ，Coleman， 你唔好咁多爹啊，係時候做翻正經嘢啊！我哋要沿住呢一條主要幹道，途經一堆 waypoints， 最終將物資送到去友軍嘅據點。咁我就會先俾步兵出發。由於唔同嘅 waypoint 已經 mark 實咗，就可以喺度直接選擇目的地。過多一陣 Dragon One 先再跟上去，但係都係快過步兵一步。老實講，我都唔係好肯定點樣協調好佢哋嘅速度。等到全世界都過到嚟 Road One， 就試下轉方法啦。今次架 APC 都如常出發去 Road Two， 不過速度就較做慢，同時叫所有步兵以一般速度出發。正當我諗住補給車隊隨後跟上嗰陣，前線 Alpha 就受到攻擊，咁我哋第一時間確認翻部隊位置先。跟住我哋發現 Dragon One 係大約同步兵同步前進嘅，所以之後都會繼續沿用翻呢一個行進模式。但係我想講呢，同時太多對話發生嗰陣，往往我都要等一段時間先會拎到我想要嘅資訊。有時亦會造成一啲小誤會，不過我都唔理得咁多住，炸佢一鑊先。你睇下，拖到有人死埋添啊，認真鬧交。所以呢一度再遇到敵人，我都唔理3721啦。總之角度稍微調高少少，就直接炸佢老味。今鑊 Bravo 有人受傷，就冇人陣亡。而當車隊跟上去之後，亦能夠就地補給翻前線士兵嘅物資。搞掂之後就繼續用翻呢一套方法行去 Road 3。遇到敵人都係老方法處理佢。Something is moving。總之非友軍單位一律當係敵人看待，直接炮兵伺候。好不容易解決眼前嘅敵人，友軍卻傳嚟新嘅資訊。
to drop a lot of nape in a minute. The agency claims there's a VC camp nearby. I strongly recommend you stopping and waiting till we're done. Over.
都講到咁明啦，我唯有叫所有人集中到轟炸範圍以外嘅地方等待一下先。一時之間冇嘢做，主角們就一定揾水吹嘅。
So, little bull, are you gonna tell your white princess that you prefer the Nam girls now? I don't know what I'm gonna do. Well, brother, you don't have to do nothing. I know you think you're in love with, what's her name again? Right. I know you think you're in love with Miss Liu, but that's not true, my boy. You don't know her nothing. I hear you, preacher. But what if I really like her? Don't be stupid. She's nice and all, but you met her in a whorehouse. You paid her to be like that. Have fun, but remember, that's not real. I know. But Luann, she's not here. She wouldn't understand. Damn, Kovacs. You for real? You fell for the first whore that's been nice to you? God, you white boys are stupid. Coleman out.
唔係啊馬 Kovacs， 你之前仲話同條女海誓山盟㗎喎。不過轉念一想，而家啲人就連 long 啲都頂唔順，更何況係打緊仗呢？現實都冇俾佢太多時間煩惱，露營必須走，敵人都係要繼續打。喺戰場上震撼內心嘅事情，往往都係一件接一件。
Papa Bear, this is Boar 1. Sir, what was the target of Cormorant 1's nape drop again? Because they burned the whole fucking village. Very many bodies. Women and children burned alive. All the buildings destroyed.
Don't get sentimental, O'Brien. It's obvious they would collaborate with the Kong. They all do. Fuck those rice-loving motherfuckers. They knew what's coming.
I can tell you one thing, Lieutenant Coleman. My yellow man is not a fan of the U.S. Army right now.
Papa Bear, this is Kovacs. Sir, there's a little girl here. She's maybe 5, 6 years old. Naked, all burnt up, barely alive. She's dancing in the middle of a burning village, next to her parents' dead bodies. Fuck, that's surreal. Let her go. Alpha out. Mr. Press is touched too. Papa Bear, we have to make a brief stop. Hurt doesn't feel too good. Alpha out.
睇嚟俾戰爭改變嘅就仲有 Coleman， 佢由一個富同理心嘅青年變成咗一個殺戮機器，咁好難話佢啱定係錯嘅。畢竟喺戰場上，你好難揾到一個活生生嘅理想主義者，都係繼續趕路把啦。但隨即我哋又發現新嘅問題，我哋已經離開咗美軍炮兵部隊嘅射擊範圍。不過作為補償，美軍又再派出一隊直升機幫手，做美帝爸爸嘅士兵真係唔話得啊！前方有北越軍隊嘅炮擊，不過北越唔係美軍，你估啲炮彈真係唔使錢咩？最多咪等多陣。之後我哋繼續過關斬將，兼斬埋擋路嘅樹木添啊！過河嘅橋梁被摧毀，咁我就聽佢建議，用 Dragon One 帶一隊兵先到河嘅另一邊視察，車隊同其餘部隊就行東面嘅道路，最終成功匯合。嚟到最後嘅大直路，就總算一路順風，到達目的地，拖下都拖到夜晚添。咦，等陣先，唔係又有新嘅狀況係嘛？
Don't shoot, Lieutenant. It's an old man, unarmed. Think he's greeting us? Yeah. Sir, he's yelling, Viva la France!
唉，終於都有件好事發生啦！有人陣亡都拎到5粒星嘅評價，我都睇唔透戰爭嘅本質係咩。然而睇唔透嘅人又點止我一個啊？
One could argue that I know nothing about the Vietnam War, that I'm just another self-concerned journo who thinks he's an expert just because he spent a couple of weeks in the jungle interviewing the troops and watching them comb the forest. One would be right about that, but I know what I saw. I saw young men whose morale is sinking. They're tired beyond measure, way more than they ever thought their bodies could handle. Too cynical for their young age. Rain-soaked and dirty, chewed on by tropical bugs, armed with unreliable rifles and dressed in ill-assorted uniforms. Homesick, moody, haggard, vulgar, making cruel and outrageous jokes about the atrocities of war and their fallen friends on a daily basis. I met Lieutenant Kovacs of Alpha Platoon, a 20-year-old with the stare of an old man. A boy who came to Vietnam with a photo of his high school sweetheart and a head full of JFK quotes. Despite his growing disappointment, he just enlisted for a second tour because he still has some business to attend to here. I also met his friend Lieutenant Coleman of Bravo Platoon, a Howard University graduate and one of the smartest men I've ever met. Coleman likes to cite Martin Luther King, yet spends most of his free time with Candy Johnson, a Green Beret, decorated hero and a racist so gross that even the Grand Wizard of the KKK would blush under his hood. I met Billy, sometimes called crazy, an insecure boy from Florida hiding his fears behind a mad bully mask. Kendrick, one of the few who knew the local language well enough to understand all the insults being thrown at him. And the smooth-tongued Scotty McGuire, who enrolled just for the money. He wants to start an Irish bar on the outskirts of Queens. I didn't meet Donaldson, a boy from Mississippi. I did not make it in time. He stepped on a mine and died.
儘管有住各種負面情緒，主角們仍然冇放棄到佢哋嘅責任，而今次嘅任務就係要實行呢一個隨針戰術。我哋會扮演鐵錘嘅角色，將北越第9師嘅殘餘部隊趕到去友軍嘅位置，由友軍負責擊敗北越士兵。而鐵針一再提醒我哋，北越軍隊同越共游擊隊喺實力上差天共地，趕佢哋嗰陣要分散俾各隊友軍處理，否則會應付不暇。呢一度多咗個偵察部隊可以用。目標範圍斷估都係呢個框框附近，咁就逐啲開始揾啦。揾完一度就打個交叉，咁步兵都唔好太得閒啦，全部人上前 stand by 先，而 Pigeon One 就繼續偵察其他地方。話咁快就揾到第一隊敵人，不過喺追趕佢哋之前，我哋似乎仲要問候一下新嘅友軍 Echo 小隊。
Alpha, this is Echo. So far so good, Lieutenant Kovacs. Thanks for asking. Over.
Sweet. We don't want to lose the company's new artist. Not before you draw my portrait. As the great fucking Lion of Nan.
嗱，點都好啦，最緊要唔好逞強，人冇事先做到世界冠軍㗎嘛。不過 Alpha 啱啱先追上去 ，Echo 又有新嘅發現。
Papa Bear, this is Echo. Sir, we've found some bodies. Over.
I hear you, Echo. Elaborate. Over.
They look more like civilians than VC fighters. I don't see no guns, no explosives, no propaganda, no nothing. 6 men, 3 women, and a kid. Some of them burnt, some shot in their backs. Over.
Isn't this the region Gunther's men were sweeping? Over.
That's correct, Alpha. Over.
老實講，我唔認為你做到啲咩㗎啦，只係橫掂你都未有嘢搞，姑且就試下俾你搜集證據啦。另一邊廂 ，Coleman 又有嘢要發表啊。
Papa Bear, this is Bravo. Sir, for the record, I'm not gonna die in this freaking jungle. Just know that's Kovacs' fault. Damn him and his lust for those sweet Oriental girls. Over.
吓 Kovacs 你唔係為咗報效國家先留喺度嘅咩？
Two reasons, sir. Patriotic duty, of course, and the fact that someone has to look over our beautiful Texan snowflake. You see, he's like a child lost in the mist, torn between the 2 women he loves.
Well, fuck you very much, Coleman.
唉，你都係放過 Kovacs 把啦，佢都夠大鑊㗎啦。不過講到大鑊，就點都大鑊唔過周圍嘅陷阱。好彩呢一劑冇事啫。 部隊遭受攻擊嘅話，就先叫佢哋停低，對方停火之後又再追翻上去，如是者不斷重複。跟手喺北面又發現多隊敵人，咁我哋就叫定 Bravo 上去先。而第一隊目標都已經順利俾我哋推咗過去，途中 Bravo 又遇到陷阱，好彩 Crazy Billy 醒水，避免咗最惡劣嘅情況發生。Mr. Hurt 嘅觀察的確係有啲料到，喺瘋狂嘅面具底下 Crazy Billy 其實可能係一個好認真嘅人都未定啊。另一方面，鐵針嘅友軍們對 Alpha 嘅行動表示滿意，而家搞掂咗一隊，而任務係要趕4隊過去，即係仲有3隊啦。跟手又喺北面揾到另外一批人，我哋就 Alpha Bravo 兩線一齊推佢哋落去，過程都好漫長，但就真係冇咩特別。總之就係分散推俾唔同嘅鐵針部隊，直到偵察人員揾唔到敵方嘅蹤影為止。咁我先當北越軍隊真係被擊敗啦。但係新嘅問題又嚟啦，仲剩一隊喺邊度啊？呢一個範圍我都揾得七七八八噶啦，敵人又冇理由匿喺鐵針後面噶，即係而家我又要做埋嗰啲咩啊？越共在哪裏嘅 test 啊？雖然真實嘅戰爭都未必會有人話俾我聽敵人喺邊度，但遊戲揾起上嚟都真係有啲懷疑人生。於是我哋死揾爛揾到凌晨1點，個天都黑晒，終於俾我哋揾到最後一隊人啦。嗱嗱聲派 Echo 上去準備，點知 Echo 俾對家偏 down 咗，我就叫埋 Alpha 過嚟全速支援，最終喺2隊人嘅夾攻之下，直接就解決咗敵人。嗱，老老實實啊，表現就真係一啲都唔好嘅，但結果 all right 咧就算數啦。戰後高層十分滿意我哋嘅戰績，亦同意向 Crazy Billy 頒發勳章，唯獨對於 Echo 呈上嚟嘅屠殺證據不聞不問。冇辦法，戰場絕對唔係一個尋找公義嘅好地方，戰爭持續不斷地扭曲住人們嘅價值觀。身為一個普通人，又可以點呢？好啦，今條片就嚟到呢一度先，我哋之後再繼續返越南戰爭嘅故事。拜拜。